Welcome back. Christopher Luxon, David Seymour and Winston Peters were all given speaking slots at Waitangi today, but it was Te Pati Māori's factions that stole the show. Co-leader Rawiri Waititi's wife, Kiri Tamihere, performed a haka in the face of Eru Kapa-Kingi, the son of exiled MP Mariameno. As Lloyd Burr reports, it prompted Mariameno to stand up like a protective mum and tell Tamihere to back off.
This is Kiri Tamihere airing Te Pati Māori's dirty laundry for all those gathered in Waitangi to see. Her husband, co-leader Rawiri Waititi, had just delivered his speech. She led this haka afterwards, crossing the Aotearoa to where Eru Kapa-Kingi was sitting. The beef between the two isn't new. Tamihere, delivering a challenge right to his face, laid the ruction bare. His mum, Mariameno Kapa-Kingi, was on the maho. She got to her feet and yelled.
What did you say to her?
Oh, I just said, return, go back, like hoki.
The Te Tai Tokerau MP is currently taking the party to court after they kicked her out last year. What prompted the haka? Eru's speech earlier.
Te Pati Māori, mai ngā hoki koutou. Ko taua mahi tonu rā, he rei te māngai, he rei te wā. O te kai kōrero, o tēnei rohe tonu, nā e nei pōti kia tū hei māngai. Nā koutou I mū ai tōna waha, mō te kore noiho. E rua kaurua, koreipa. I roto tonu I e nei mahi, mira kei ngā mana, o tēnā rohe, o tēnā rohe.
While Waititi acknowledges the hurt caused by the rift, Mariameno also returned fire.
And I'm responsible for the boy that stood before, the young, mighty boy, Eru Kapa-Kingi. I am not going anywhere. I am completely and still dedicated to Te Tai Tokerau.
What did you make of Te Pati Māori's dirty laundry being aired?
Oh, look, I don't really comment on other parties. I'm here to try and make sure we advance New Zealand and New Zealand's interests.
Those guys bickering with each other, I think, shows that the Māori Party never really had any ideas, and if they've got nothing else to unite them like our caucus does, then they end up going at each other, and that's sad, but, it's their problem.
Seymour had problems of his own, though. A protest group gathered under the flagstaff ahead of the pōwhiri. Angry, the ACT leader was invited.
They come here today to try and contradict the very principles that this was founded on, to speak nicely in the pōwhiri about Te Tiriti o Waitangi, while those policies are dismantling the very essence and Māori of that.
They then made a beeline to the pōwhiri. But Ngāpuhi's security guards stopped them. One was particularly ominous, holding a carved wooden axe up to keep the protesters from storming the politicians.
That was ultimately to respect and consider all sides, which the Hukanga and our other Māori whanaunga on that side essentially wanted to, ensure.
I've always had the most interesting opponents in politics, and in a way I'd be disappointed if they stopped showing up. The only problem was the pōwhiri was so long, even some of the protesters went up and went home.
Did you notice when you had the pōwhiri that there was a protest trying to break the line? Did you notice that to your right? You didn't at all? But he did notice his former Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters baiting the audience.
But there's some young pup out there shouting because he doesn't know what day it is. And back in the old times, his elders would have told him to shut up and not be here. That's what I believe when we talk about tēnā rangatiratanga. It's when the chief speaks, his words is gospel. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry walking here one like they did this morning and treating us this way.
There were a handful of hecklers throughout the government speeches. Unlike previous years, the only thing thrown around this year was sounds like that and a whole lot of words. And yes, some of them were nice.
OK, Lloyd, the fiery stuff's behind us at Waitangi, so what lies ahead?
Yeah, well, this is where I really start to enjoy Waitangi. The politics is done and dusted. We've had the bickering that's been done, and the Prime Minister's no longer here. He's heading down to Wellington, down to Auckland, where he's spending Waitangi Day, and things have already started to ease up. The vibe has changed. It's much more relaxed. We've had the beat retreat. For those who don't know what that is, it's the Navy's band who performs underneath the flagstaff, and they perform some classical and modern bangers on their instruments. We've got a movie night at Te Marae, and then the dawn service bright and early tomorrow morning right here. After that, though, we go and explore what Waitangi has to offer in all of the wider fields and stuff. They've got a whole lot of stalls, there's amusement rides, and there's lots of food places as well. So I'm looking forward to getting some power fritters, maybe some hangi, definitely a watermelon with scoops of ice cream on the top. And I can also get a new kete, because about 10 years ago I bought a kete, that's just broken. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, much more relaxed vibe.
It sounds great, Lloyd. Enjoy the food, and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Tēnā koe.